morning and welcome to the Legit Real Estate Podcast. I am TJ Ciolfi here, as always, with Holly Regoli. Holly, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. You look lovely today, even though I'm
Thank you.
looking at you. You're about the size of like a fingernail in the top corner of my cell phone.
That's why
Because
I look lovely.
why? Oh, stop it. Why?
I I
If I had you on
really,
my home computer, I'd be not impressed. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, no, I was like, I was gonna put makeup on this morning, and then I'm like, I'm spending my day helping a client move that solar panel house, the
Oh
one
yeah.
that I've been working on for a year. We are closing tomorrow. I'm gonna go pick them up today to go sign their documents, and the buyers are signing tomorrow.
That's awesome. That was a
So
lot of.
it was.
I hope you got like 9%.
Yeah, right. No, I
Yeah.
gave this one a discount because this is the second time I've helped them with a house, so I'm on the lesser side, but I am I'm just happy it will be done. I'm never one to write things off until they are actually done, so I'm still holding my breath.
That.
Every step of the way I'm holding my breath. Like yesterday we went to go pick up the like U-Haul and then I was helping them move and we literally like ordered the storage container, like the storage unit to put their stuff in like that day and we show up there and the unit that they were assigned has somebody else's shit in it and like that
No.
person is yeah, there's just nothing can go completely fully smoothly with this like someone else had their stuff in the other storage unit, was moving it from there to another place. He's like, I'm not going to be done until tonight. And that was the last one that was like a 10 by 30. So I walked around the storage unit place and now to try to reach somebody, there's nobody on site. There's supposed to be somebody there, staff, nobody on site. So I walked around and whatever ones didn't have locks on, I tried to open and I found two that didn't have locks on it. One of them was super small and the other one was like a 10 by 20. I was like, just stick your shit in here. We have to keep moving this truck because like we had yesterday and today to get all the stuff. I was like, so I was on the phone calling them and it took forever for somebody to even reach anyone. And they're like, well, there's supposed to be someone there. Maybe they're on lunch. I was like, there was a guy waiting in the parking lot that said he had been waiting here for an hour and no one came. And then we've been here for like a good 20 minutes, half hour now, and no one is here. So I was like, this is bullshit. I would say we're taking this other unit, and I just started having my client put her stuff in it. So, and then I had to leave to go somewhere else, and I left them to do their things. And I'm praying when I get there today that at least all the big heavy shit has been moved.
I mean, ideally, it would be empty and room swept as per our sales agreement.
Well, the actual closing is tomorrow. She texted me this morning and she says, well, when do I have to be out? So I said, well, you're not going to have any furniture in there. You're going to, like, we booked her a hotel room and stuff. So she's got a hotel room till I think like Monday. And they'll be moving over there for now. But I'm like, you gotta be they're signing tomorrow, so you can't be in there. Like, but she was trying to figure out for cleaning purposes. I'm like, I'm hoping we get everything else done at least before I leave today at 4. And then the sewer ejector pump let go and needed to be replaced. Though this happened a while ago, but we were waiting. My client had a few plumbers come in and try to fix it and it didn't end up working. So I had someone I know come in and he's like, it needs to be fully replaced. So he ordered it. It was supposed to be in last week
Yeah.
and it did not come in. It did not come in. It did not. And I'm like, come on. We had the final walkthrough with the buyers last Sunday and I was like, it's going to be fixed. I have an actual plumber going to fix it. It's just not in yet. So he texted me at like 9:05 last night. He's like, I got a message from the supply house that it's in. He's like, I'm going to pick it up first thing in the morning and come and replace it. Thank
How
God.
much did they? I never had to replace one of those. How much do they cost?
This one, I think it's because we know him, is going to be about $1,500.
Oh,
It's the part itself is somewhere between $500 and $600. And then plus the labor and stuff.
yeah.
If you look up online what the cost would be to have a plumber replace a sewer ejector pump, you'll see numbers from like 1900 to 2500, I think, online.
Wow. That's an expense.
Yes.
Hmm. I'll tell you what. on one of our properties, and this wasn't my idea. It was Pamela's idea. It was to buy American Home Shield home warranty. You familiar with
Mm-hmm.
that?
Yep.
When I tell you they stand behind the warranty, like they do this shit, it's been great. We had a central AC didn't start when the season started. They went over there, repaired the thing. It took like 3 parts to repair it, free, like nothing. We got them coming back on Thursday to do some plumbing. I wonder if they would not cover that. I don't know, but I was so happy about that service that I'm putting it on every property I own.
I was debating. I buy those. So when we flip properties at our brokerage, we are required to buy warranties, and I used to just buy like the cheapest warranty I could get. But for some of my clients, like I did have a client this past year that insisted he didn't want to do a home inspection. So I bought him a warranty on his home, and I used American Home Shield, um, because his AC unit is like 30, 40 years old. So,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't, we had some issues with it like before we closed and they fixed it, but I was like, just in case, let's just get this. But I've debated whether or not to do that because shit, things are expensive. You know, I actually have a dishwasher I got from Lowe's, and I want to say we're going on like 4 years now, 4 or 5 years. They've come out at least once or twice a year to fix the damn thing because I got the warranty with it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I ended up just getting their extended warranty. It's costing me $500. So, but it's $100 a year, I think. But it's worth it to me because if you have somebody come out just to look at an appliance, washer, dryer, dishwasher, you're looking at $200 just for
Yeah,
them to look at it and then tell you, oh, well, it needs to be fixed. So with paying that, I have the guarantee that they'll come out and I don't have to pay when they come out. And if they have to replace it, then that's the cost of a new dishwasher anyway is at least $600 to $1,000. So I'm like, you know what? If it eventually dies within those 5 years, then they have to replace it. And that's part of the warranty.
yes, I was happy about that American Home Shield. I don't usually buy the warranty for anything because I always feel like products are made to like outlast the warranty. But in some cases, it can be real good. I know my dryer is about 14 years old, so it's a matter of time before that thing stops working. That's good. That's
Hmm.
coming. So we didn't do a show last week. Do you want to tell the people why we didn't do a show since it's not my fault for the first time?
Yeah, for the first time, it's not your fault. I was in Mexico. It was very nice. And I didn't
Yeah,
die.
you didn't die.
I didn't
Uh,
die.
Fortunately, I have to call the people back um, because I did try and replace you while you were gone. And I figured you weren't going to come back if you drank the water. And then realized I wouldn't know how to do it without you. And then that was it. So I have to call those girls back and say, listen, she made it. How's the water? Did you like drink the water?
They gave us, so in where we stayed, most of the water they gave us was in quart. Like a little, they looked like what we buy our half and half in here, like cartons. So instead of all the
Yeah,
plastic, they actually put it in cartons. And I drank probably at least two of those a day. What are they, 36 ounces each. I was drinking a lot of water. This is too much
yeah.
information, but traveling, I ended up, I don't know how, but what really sucked is I ended up with an infection, like a UTI. So I was trying to drink lots and lots and lots of water. I was like, what the hell? Like first day I get there and I'm like, fuck. So there was a pharmacy just outside
It,
of my
it
resort,
pharmacy.
a
A
Mexican
me-
pharmacy. And I thought about it. And I'm like, how about I just walk outside the resort and I go to the pharmacy and I look up what I can get? I'm like, because in Mexico, I guess you can just get prescriptions without prescriptions. So
no,
the Cipro, the stuff that I ended up using, was available at the pharmacy. But I wish I had gone the first day. I did not. I figured I was going to kick it with cranberry juice and water, and I drank so much water. Now, the first 3 days we were there, I had an all-inclusive thing, because
yeah,
the resort we stayed at, unbelievable food, by the way. Probably some of the
really?
best food we've like ever had. Amazing. Like the place we stayed was like white glove service, like amazing food. But it's like so if you did all-inclusive, you had to do it for a minimum of 3 days, and they had to be 3 days in a row. So each day we went and stuff. But I'm like, I didn't want to drink. Like I'm not a big drinker anymore. And then especially with that, I was like, oh. So I'm like, I'm gonna drink lots of water. Well, we went out and Dave and I had massages one night, and I was just like, things got worse. And so thank God we had a doctor on site. I walk literally across from our lobby to the doctor's office. I told her I knew what I had going on. She wrote me a prescription. Well, didn't write me a prescription. She gave me the actually medicine and a
Yeah.
$250 bill. I was like,
What?
shit. Then I found out I could have bought the same packet of medicine at the pharmacy right outside the resort, probably for like
For a,
20 bucks.
oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, I don't know how much it was, but I had to go because then none of my family listened to me and wore sunblock like they should have. Like they did the first day, but then without me being up their ass the next day they didn't, and they all had sunburns. So I went to the pharmacy to buy cream for their sunburns. Because I didn't bring aloe because I was like, I brought sunblock for all of us. We're all gonna wear sunblock and we're all gonna be okay. And three of them didn't wear it. And my daughter and my husband got really burned. So I went to the pharmacy to buy cream and I was like, by the way, I showed her a picture of the box that I had. I was like, do you sell this? And she's like, yeah, you can get that here. It's like, what the
So
hell?
I don't do sunblock because I think sunblock is absolute poison, and the reason why we have so much cancer in this country is because of sunblock. So I
Not the actual sun cancer,
no.
skin cancer.
Well, there was no such thing as skin cancer until they invented sunblock. There was none. There was none of that stuff. And then we started putting all these chemicals that absorb into your skin, and then suddenly we got skin cancer up and down the fucking world. Anyway, but there is the only time I will use it is when I'm like down near the equator, because if not, that sunburn that you get down there is something different, man. That is not the sunburn you get if you play too much freaking golf in Providence in Rhode Island in July. That sunburn down there, I come with the bumps. I get the rashes. Oh man, so
Hmm.
I load up when I'm in the third world. But I mean, I wouldn't leave. I don't leave the country. That's my rule. I'm not leaving the country. I like my rights just the way they are. I don't trust them other countries. You'll never see me
Well,
out borders.
so I got back and I was at a meeting at our office, and one of the other agents is like, you were okay traveling on like level 5 security alert? I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I don't watch the news. I stopped watching the news when my kids were born because it gives me too much anxiety. And now my mom will send me stuff. So she knew I was going to Mexico. But like back when all the TSA stuff was going on, like where there was backups at the airport and stuff like that, um, she was sending me stuff. And but then that all went away. So I was like, okay. But then someone from my office was like, oh no, they're kidnapping Americans. They're taking
Oh yeah,
Americans um because killed their drug lord and because
yeah.
of this and that. And I'm like, I had no fucking I no idea.
So I can't be leaving the country. My shout out to Captain Williams. I was talking to a guy from college when they hung our numbers up, and he lives right outside of Mexico. So a lot of times he's retired. Bless his heart. He was retired at I don't know. He retired when he was like 44 years old. Greatest freaking guy in the world too. He But anyway, sometimes he'll have an occasion where he has to go into Mexico, and he just brings cash because you got to bribe everybody on the way. And he's like, "No, it's crazy down here. Don't come down here."
Well, I will say, like, so it's an experience. So I've only been there. My husband and I went last year because I won like what's it called? It was like a silent auction to do. It was like $199 to go, or maybe 150. I forget. It was super cheap. But then like they're like, if you sit through a timeshare presentation and pay an extra $199, then you get all inclusive for the whole time you're here. I'm like, okay, we'll do that. So we had the cheapest trip last year and no like issues. But what I will say is that everywhere you go, people try to upsell you stuff. Every time like you walk in, they have to take your bags. Like they want to take your bags from you so that they get a tip. Anytime we did go on an excursion, where they crammed us all into a sardine can and drove us down the road, like an hour ride. The ride was terrible, but the experience was great. We got there and we did zip lining, we swim in cenotes, we did tequila tasting. They even gave it to the kids. The kids really liked that part. ATV riding, and it was awesome. But they make sure they tell you you cannot take your camera with you. You have to lock it in the locker, because they have a professional photographer following you the whole time, and then they get you with the picture package after. But
Well,
I'll it,
I say that.
but it wasn't bad. It was
Mhm.
$109 and I got 155 pictures, live action pictures of me and my family actually enjoying ourselves, where I'm the one that usually takes the pictures and am not in any of them.
Aw. Well,
So,
I want to talk some. I got something I want to ask you about real estate. In
okay.
the home inspection negotiation process, okay? If there's a bunch of small shit that comes up that it almost falls in like regular maintenance, for example, clean the gutters, that came up. There was a cracked board underneath the sink that you just had to replace. If there's a bunch of small things, will you ask for the small things? Will you ask for a credit? Will you ignore them? What's your advice to clients when you're going into the home inspection and once you get the report? Because don't forget, you're going to get a 40-page report no matter what the house is, and a lot of the stuff on there is going to be immaterial. Some of the stuff is going to be extremely important. How do you handle the small shit?
In this market where it's still a seller's market, I tell my clients, these are your to-do list. You're not asking for these for repairs. Like, if there's big things that are like, shit, my clients can't afford this, we'll ask for like a credit. But
I'm dealing with right now that I feel like they're more interested in getting something than they are about, like, if the report had said it needed a boiler, they would ask for the boiler. But because they didn't need a boiler, they don't need a roof, they don't need AC, they don't need this, they don't need that. They're like, well, I got to get something out of these people. Is the way I feel. And I represent the seller, and I kind of got that vibe from the buyers. Like, they're not going to be happy unless we concede something, because it's almost like they want to get their money back for the home inspection. Does that make sense?
th that's
I just don't.
shitty, and they shouldn't be like that. I tell them to go screw. Well, I wouldn't, but
Yeah,
so you
not,
have,
I don't have the patience for it.
yeah, so you have buyers that came back with a whole laundry list of stuff.
And it's not, when I say it's nonsense, I mean, clean the gutters. That's like regular maintenance. I'm sorry. You're going to have to clean them this spring. You're going to have to clean them next spring. You got to clean them this spring after that, you know? And that one really bothered me. One of them was paint a windowsill, because there was some peeling paint on it. I mean, when I say it's like one brush stroke of peeling paint, it's like they were just looking to get something. And, to my client's credit, she wasn't budging. She's like, I'm not doing none of this shit. And I was kind of
Yeah.
happy, because that would have been my recommendation. Um, a lot of times on my own stuff, I just pretty much send back a release. Like, I won't even negotiate small things. But I mean, of course, when I represent someone, I represent them, right? We have an obligation. And her house is the one with the solar panels, which means even in a seller's market, the seller loses a lot of leverage, because we
Hmm.
wants to pay half of these panels. That's pretty good for us. Like, that's a pretty good deal. So
Yep.
you don't lose them, but at the same time, I wish I should have printed the list up in front of me. Some of the stuff on there was just like, you're really, really, this is not the spirit of a home inspection. Like, I'm about safety and structure and health, you know,
Yes. Yes.
safety, structure, and health. So it has nothing to do with safety. Like, the leaves in the friggin' backyard are not safety, man. I'm not raking them.
No, that's ridiculous. Now, do you know the agent on the other side?
I do. I don't know him personally. I like him a lot. Um, I probably, if I, he's probably not 30 yet, so he's kind of, I don't know if he has the confidence to coach clients. I feel like when I was younger, I didn't have the confidence to coach clients the way I do now. Um, when you're dealing with someone who's probably bought 3 or 4 houses and you're selling your third house, sometimes it's a little intimidating. But after you got a couple hundred deals under your belt, then it's a lot easier to say, "Listen, buddy, this is not going to fly." But in his case, his clients are pushing him around, and
Yeah.
he's just praying for the best.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about the clients and you have to make them happy and stuff. Um, as a seasoned agent and just, if the market was different, if this was a buyer's market, I might say, yeah, let's take them for let's get what we can out of it.
Are you here? Now you're.
Sorry, interruption. I heard my dog barking like crazy, and I was like, "Well, somebody's outside," but I don't know who it is, and I'm gonna just keep going because I had my headphones on, and it was National
You're in
Grid.
the dark.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
thought it
put a
was
light
because
on.
I moved to put my phone on the charger, and then everything stopped. It was fucking wild.
Yeah. So Rhode Island Energy, our energy company over here, is changing out all the house meters. So he just came and like he's like, I'm sorry, I was knocking at the door. I was like, yeah, well, I didn't pick up because I'm recording. So fun technical difficulties. So I was like, can you just give me another half hour?
Did they give you a warning?
To be honest, I had multiple calls coming in that said they were spam that I haven't picked up over the last couple of days. And I noticed I had a voicemail saying that Rhode Island Energy is going to be out in the area, but it didn't specifically say what time. So, oh, can you still hear me? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I see you.
So I'm trying to be professional and do things from my computer, but the phone is going to have to be the way to go right now. And I don't even know where my microphone is. So hopefully I sound good. At least I'll sound better than you because you always sound like.
You can just say I have a shitty voice. Like, you don't have to like say it like that.
No, your connection is always lousy, and wait, I have to get you a microphone. I got to get us better, both microphones. I have a microphone, but it's not that great, so I'm going to get us better ones.
Can it make my voice sound like I've made it through the other end of puberty?
It'll make your voice sound normal and good. Right now, you sound, you're through your phone, and
I feel like my voice never. It started to change when I was 12, but it never like changed all the way through, and I got stuck with this voice. It's the worst voice.
It could be a smoker's voice.
It could be. If you want to just tell all listeners that I smoked, that was real nice, yeah. That's good.
You've said before you had to go. I don't know. I thought you've said it before.
Maybe. I don't care. It is what it is. They
Quit
tell
the
you,
bad habits.
they tell you that smoking's bad. Like, I believe the doctors. The same people who told me smoking's bad told me the vaccine worked. So I don't give a shit what they say.
You also don't believe in sunblock.
Nope, definitely not. Put it this way. If there's a government doctor telling you something, he lying.
Yeah.
Lying. So the way I see it, I'm going to smoke until I'm 106. And when I die, they're going to blame it on the smoking. That's it. That's how it goes, Holly.
Okay. I'll give you that. So what were we talking about before I lost my
power? And we're talking about these people that just ask for nonsense. And again, I feel like they're trying to get their money back. I feel like the key to the home inspection process, if you're listening to this and you're thinking about buying, your expectation is not to get everything wrong with the house fixed. Your expectation is to make sure you're moving into a house that's in generally good enough condition to live in. Like, you're not here to some of these things that I wish I had the fucking thing in front of me, but the gutters was the one that bothered me so much. One of them, one was to clean the dryer vents. Like, you can always clean the dryer vents.
They asked for the dryer vents to be cleaned.
Yeah, that and the gutters. And my client's like, I'm not doing this. That's regular homeowner stuff.
That is asinine.
It is. I mean, what's next? You want to tell us what colors you want the bedrooms?
That is so asinine. So I'll tell my clients, no, I will say, like, I just had such a badass client, like Carissa, who you referred to me, like, she is like unbelievable, like, because she has no worry in the world, like everything, like I just helped her, through and just like sit up, like, there's some stuff, like there's some rotted on the outside. There's some that need to be done. The windows are older, and she's like, nope, it's all good. Like, and then we went to go in to do the final walkthrough, and we couldn't get the lights on. And I'm like, do you want an electrician, like, to just come and look at like the switches and stuff? She's like, I can figure it out. I'm like, she is like chill, like did not ask for anything, didn't want like.
Very reasonable in their expectations, in their price point. The whole family's like that. They're great people, just great people.
Yeah.
And it's not just because they were eating sales, because they have reasonable expectations about what we're getting into. They looked at a 25-year-old boiler, and the guy's like, well, I got a budget for a boiler. He didn't ask the seller to do it, and he knew we were up against other offers too. I'm glad that she was like that. And it's frustrating. It is. It's like when you're just trying to get something because there's really nothing going on. I mean, this house is mint. Now, my client, on the other hand, we went through the whole inspection. We asked for nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like, we're good. I'll take it just how it is. I mean, this house has a garage with no garage door. She's like, I'll get a garage door. Then we get the radon back. The radon comes in fucking explosively high. So we did in the end have to ask for a radon system, but that's safety. And she has 2 little kids that are going to play in the basement. I get it. And I think that's a reasonable thing. Mold mitigation, reasonable thing. Securing decks was reasonable thing. Talking about fire events and like, I don't know, man. It
The
just
lead.
left a bad taste in my mouth. It really did.
Mhm. Terrible.
It
Yeah,
did.
I'm definitely not a fan of it, but you know what? Like, I'll tell most of my clients, and they're usually pretty good with understanding that we're not going to ask for the nitpicky things. These are a great thing to put on your to-do list when you buy the house. These
Yeah.
are things that you should do, not ask for it in credit. So
Well,
what they were
it was a
asking
different
for these,
market. I
yeah,
mean,
they were asking for them
listen,
to be done.
right. And sometimes there's some things that you should do yourself as a homeowner too. To be honest with you, get familiar with the house, man. Do a couple projects, see what the hell's going on. One that annoyed me, it was a different market when I sold my house in Johnston. Probably, I don't know. I didn't have a million offers, and I got an offer that was like more than I even expected. But we had a beehive in the tree. Did I tell you this one about the beehive?
I don't think so.
Big fucking beehive in the tree, and it was big, and I knew it was there, and nothing you could do. So in our area, they will not do beehive treatments after September 1st. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, the weather breaks. I guess the bees die anyway, so they don't want to do it or whatever it is. Well, our inspection period ended like August 27th or some shit. And I'm like, I tried to explain to the listing agent, like, if I just wait 4 more days, if you give me a 5-day extension, the bees are going to die anyway. His clients were adamant they wanted this beehive taken down. Okay. Now, this wasn't a beehive I could get to. This thing was 20 feet high in the sky. I wasn't going up there with me and some bees, not a thing. I get the beehive taken down. The house is kind of near mine, and my kid was still at the little daycare over there. So I would drive by the house from time to time. They cut the fucking tree down in the spring. So I spent that money on beehive removal, and they cut the fucking tree down. I was so mad. When I say I was so mad, like I could have put a brick through the window just to cover my costs. I really thought of it. And then I realized I was a realtor, and that probably wouldn't go well.
How much did they charge you to take the beehive down?
It was a lot. It was damn near $800. It would have been cheap to
Oh
cut the tree
my
down.
God.
It was gorgeous, and
Oh,
I could have got the tree taken down for probably 1,500. But I figured who the hell would want to cut this tree down, so I did it for him, and sure enough, they
oh
cut
my
it down.
God.
Yeah,
You could have like
and now
thrown baseballs at it or something. Oh, your kid's a
they,
baseball player. They can hit the balls up there.
well,
Oh
not with all
my
the
God.
leaves, but that tree served a purpose because it would keep the sun from blasting in the afternoon. So when they cut that down, I'm sure they realized why they should have kept it, but that's not my problem anymore. Anyway, that's that. So yeah, the home inspection thing, I haven't really been dealing with it a lot because it's pretty much been such an easy market in terms of taking listings and buyers competing and waiving, and I got one that was kind of like out of bounds. I'm like, this is crazy. We're doing this shit again. And you know what else came back when I took this listing? $400,000 listing in Johnston. So it's like one that you're gonna have a lot of traffic. I got a lot of offers with closing cost credits.
Mm-hmm.
I
People
got
need them.
huh?
A lot of people need them.
Yeah, $10,000 closing cost credits, and I guess I'm starting to sound old. I remember when 5 was like the most you could do, and now people are just asking for 10, like it's not even real money.
Yeah, because you know what it is they don't have the money to put down. They don't have the money for the closing costs. They're cash poor, but the lenders are finding ways to get them into the houses with the credits. Like you can get a loan, but you can't afford it, like all the down payment and stuff like that. So, but you can finance it, right? So they're going to offer a little bit more on the property and then roll the costs in and ask for a credit back. I've had to have
Yeah,
a few of them that way.
yeah.
But
Something when that starts happening, when that starts happening, things start getting a little risky on the other side because I'm looking at a guy now that couldn't pay his closing costs and also couldn't afford to clean the dryer vent. Oh, and by the way, they wanted the gutters cleaned by a professional. What's the word? I don't know, professional gutter cleaner, basically. And I'm like, So not only do they want it done, they're telling me I can't even jump on my ladder and go up there and just power wash the gutter clean. Like,
That's
you're really being
fascinating.
scumbags.
Yeah,
It
that's
is.
real. So how did you end up leaving that? Your client just said, nope, I'm not doing any of it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
did the other agent get back to you yet?
Yep. Then they asked for a credit of $1,200, and then she said, "Okay, tell them we'll give them a credit of $1,000, but I want to stay in the house for 4 days after the closing, so I don't have to hurry up and move."
So did
And
they respond?
And they agreed.
That's fair.
So she spent $1,000 for 4 days and didn't have to do any repairs. I think she came out okay.
Yeah, I think that's
And
fine.
which I think people are crazy about. So, you're going to help people move today? Is that what I'm understanding?
That solar panel house that I've had on the market since October in Cranston is closing tomorrow. So we are working on getting the rest of their stuff out of there today. And I'm actually going to go pick her up, bring her to the attorney. She can sign her end of things. And then we're going to finish moving her stuff. And then tomorrow the buyers are signing.
That's a day. I got a closing tomorrow, big one, $950,000 closing tomorrow. That's exciting.
That's really exciting.
Yeah, it is. So that's
Very
good.
nice.
It's a good way to. I feel like we're in the spring market now. I feel like things are starting to pick up. Totally over the heads of everybody listening to this, but I am going to talk today about the email that you sent about compensation for people that are in multiple different programs at once.
Mhm.
In real estate, a lot of times, you're getting paid off a referral, or you're in a program, or you have a lead source, and sometimes those numbers can add up to over 100% with all the money you're paying people, and we don't want to work for free. So, I am going to have that conversation today in my marathon meeting from 10 to 2. It's outstanding what I'm doing today. It's my favorite meeting of the year. We do it twice, and it's for the leadership of the company. What we're going to look to do in the next 6 months, in the next year. And hopefully when we come back to our program next Thursday, I'll have some new shit for you on the real estate side, unless Holly goes on another vacation.
I'm not going anywhere until probably July. I'm going away, but for a week. I'll be in Rhode Island. I'll be camping with the kids, but I'll be local for all the rest of the campouts, at least for this year. And then in July, I still have to plan a trip, and I don't know where we're going. Not sure yet.
No.
But I got to use my
Nice.
points to my timeshare. So
use them damn points. You can't get rid of that timeshare. They just won't let you out.
yeah, well, I mean, I could if I wanted to, but it's a good excuse to travel and to go on vacation. And until I bought it, we weren't. And now we've been to all different places, and we look forward to going someplace every year.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Tell the people where to find us, because I get out to the basement.
We are the Legit Real Estate Podcast. You can find us pretty much everywhere you look at social media. Like us, subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to your podcasts, so that you can see our new episodes. And then if you want to come on our show, or if you want to send in any stories, we love stories. You can reach us at thelegitrealestatepodcast@gmail.com.
And if you're nervous, I'll just pretend that your story is my story. So if you have an embarrassing story, that you're part of an embarrassing situation, I have no care in the world. So I'll just say your story is my story, just so we can enjoy it. Mr. Regoli, you have a great day. I'm going to go meet.
You too.
Bye.
Have fun. Bye.